Good morning, students. Our today's topic is models. So let us understand what is the meaning of models. Modal verb is a type of verb that is used to indicate modality, that is likelihood, ability, permission, request, capacity, suggestions, order, obligation or advice. Modal verbs always accompany the infinitive form of another verb having semantic content. So note down, modals always accompany. It means modals are never used alone. In English, the modal verbs commonly used are can, could, may, might, must, will, would, shall, should, ought to, have to, need or dare. So let us understand the uses. First comes can. First use of can is ability to do something in present. The example which is written here, I can speak English. So this is the ability. When to express an ability, capability, capacity or power, we use can in that. Like she can swim across the river. I can grant you leave. She can pass the MBA examination. So these are the ability, capacity or capability to do an action. So that is why we have used can. Next use is permission to do something in the present form. Okay, when to take or give permission, we also use can, but this is informal kind of permission. Can I go to the cinema means the subject himself or herself decides to do or respond in yes. So that is informal kind of permission. Like, can I sit here? Suppose you have seen a vacant seat in the bus and you just ask informally, can I sit here? Obviously you are intended to sit there, that's why you are asking. So that is informal kind of permission. Then comes third use, request. To make request. Can you wait a moment please? Then comes the use as offer. I can lend you my car till tomorrow. So here also you can see the subject himself or herself has the power to do something. So can always shows the ability, capacity, capability or power. Suggestion. Can we visit grandma at the weekend? Possibility. It can get very hot in Arizona or it can rain today. Suppose you have seen clouds in the sky and you immediately say it can rain today because possibility is 100%. Then comes could. What are the uses of could? First of all, to express ability, talent, but in the past. Okay, ability to do something in the past. Like here the example is I could speak English. They could win the game last month. She could sing beautifully. So this was the ability. He could climb the trees when he was young. So when past form is used, we use could instead of can. Permission to do something in the past, also we use could with it. I could go to the cinema. Fine. When you are seeking the permission in the past, when the subject was seeking in the permission in past. So this is the use of could. How we can use could in present form? These above two uses are in the past. Now comes how we can use in the present form. First of all is polite request. When you are politely requesting someone in the present situation. Like, could I go to the cinema please? Okay. Could you wait a moment please? Could I have your pen? Could I ride on your bike? Could you please give me your book? So these are polite requests, polite questions. Polite offer. I could lend you my car till tomorrow. Politely when you are offering. Okay. Then also we use could in present form. Then comes polite suggestion. Could we visit grandma at the weekend? Okay. So these are the uses of could. Now comes at the uses of may. How we can use may in that? May. What are the uses of may? First is possibility. Okay, when the possibility or probability of an action is not certain, then we use may. It may rain today. Suppose clouds are not there, but it is a rainy season, yet we are having just a possibility that it may rain today. Permission to do something. Please note down. Earlier we have done the use of can in permission, but that was informal kind of permission. This is formal kind of permission. When the subject is asking from the seniors, boss, teachers, or elders, then may is applied as a formal permission to ask formally. The example is there, may I go to the cinema, or you can use as may I come in. You always ask your teachers, may I come in. Okay, so that is the formal permission. Then may is also used polite suggestions, like suppose you have seen somebody on road, they need help, you say may I help you. Now note down, you are politely suggesting. Okay, so this is the use of may. Other than this, we can use also to make a wish. We always use may, like may you get well soon, may God bless you. Okay, wish and prayers. With wishes and prayers, we also use may in that. So these are the uses of may, common uses of may. Then comes might. Might to express less possibility. As I have written, possibility less possible than may. Fine. Like it might rain today. There is nothing in the sky, no clouds, the sun is bright, yet it might rain today. Means possibility is very less. Or he might help you. You know that the person is very rude, he never help anybody, yet you say he might help you. So this is the possibility which is very less. Hesitant offer. May I help you? Might. Okay, here polite suggestions, may I help you. Here if I am hesitantly asking someone, might I help you, means I know that the person is going to reject. Okay, so that is hesitation is there. Or the subject to whom you are asking is quite strong enough to help themselves, so that's why you are hesitant to offer, so that we use might I help you. Then comes must. This is very important. You already have read in your almanac. Okay, all the uses of must are there. So basically with rules and regulations, norms, conditions, we use must. So when there is necessity of doing an action, like you must pay your fee on time, you must wear school uniform, so these are the necessities and obligations. Okay, so first use is force and necessities. I must go to the supermarket today. Fine. Possibility. You must be tired. When you see someone working so hard, you say you must be tired. Then advice and recommendation. This is also very important use of must. When the advice is made, like you must tell everything to your parents, so that is the advice which particularly you have given to someone. You must see the new film with Brad Pitt, that is recommendation. So must is used to express necessity, obligation, to indicate assumptions or conclusions, to show the possibility, to make advices and recommendation. So these are the common uses of must. Then comes how we can use not with this, must not and may not. When you are prohibiting some action, prohibition is there, then we use not with it. Like you must not work on dad's computer, or you must not bunk school. So these are the examples where we can use must not. Same you can use may not. Okay, you may not work on dad's computer. So this is prohibition. We can use must not. Fine. Then comes need. Need not. So first of all, let us understand here need is used as modal auxiliary. This is the fine example. Here it is not used as verb, because if it is used as verb, it can be changed into need, needed, needed. But here we are using as modal, so it is not going to change. First use is something is not necessary, means absence of necessity. What does need indicate? Absence of necessity. Like I need not go to the supermarket, we are going to the restaurant tonight. Okay, to buy dinner obviously. Then comes one more example. The interrogative form is used as need I speak to him. So this is the very common use. In interrogative form also we use need. Like need I speak to him, need I have gone to him, I had. So these are the examples of which I have put in here. Then comes the uses of ought to. Ought to is very similar to should, but this is a little less subjective. Okay, first use is to make advice. You ought to drive carefully in bad weather. So ought to is used with the advices which particularly given to someone particularly. Okay, you ought to respect your parents when you are giving the advice to someone particularly, because you know them very well. So that is we are indicating with ought to. If anybody is making any general advice, then we use should. Okay, you should drive carefully means it is implemented to everyone. You should wear clean clothes. You ought to listen to your parents means you know that the subject is not going to listen, then that's why you are suggesting, advising. Obligation, when social obligations are there or other obligations of duties are there, then we use ought to. Like here the obligation of duty, you ought to switch off the light when you leave the room. So these are the uses of ought to. Let's come to the shall. As I have written here, used instead of will in the first person. So INV, with the INV we can use shall. So it is commonly used as to make any suggestion, like shall I carry your bag. Okay, shall is also to indicate simple future with first person only, like I shall visit your city, I shall watch a movie. So these are the uses of shall. Then comes should. So it is very compulsory to understand what are the uses of, because the uses of ought to, must and should basically are same, but they are different in manner. Must is used with the rules, ought to is used with the obligations and duties, and should is used with the journal advices. So first use is advice, which is in journal. You should drive carefully in bad weather. Okay, we should go to the temple, we should obey our, we use would in that. Fine. Like to express the past, as I have told you, he informed me that he would dance in my marriage function. The problem was how he would reach there. So to express the past habit, like he would drink a cup of coffee in the morning, my father would get up early in the morning. So these are the uses of would. So these are the uses of modal auxiliaries we have done. There is one more, that is dare. So dare as a modal auxiliary, dare refers to being bold or courageous, but it is used in a negative form, like I dare not disturb them. So the negative is formed by the dare not. Okay, and interrogative forms are used in his, like dare we talk to them. So these are the uses of dare. I hope these all modal auxiliaries are clear to you. Thank you so much.